Hi everybody, it's Tammy Tatsy2 here, and I haven't done a video in quite a while. I just wanted to show you something I've been making, and I've had a few requests from some people I know that would really like to know how to do this. Now, I saw this video done about a year and a half, maybe even 2 years ago, and if anybody knows who originally did the tutorial, I would really appreciate it if you would link it to this video. I would really love to give the credit to the lady that actually did design this idea and figured it out. Okay, so what I've done is, I'm not sure, I'm hoping you can see this. Okay, it is just a little mini for a purse, pocket, whatever. I've decorated this one, of course, but what I've done is I've used glassine bags in here, and I put them together, and I've put a few tags in here. Okay, now they wanted to know how I had put this together. Okay, so I am going to show you really quickly how I did this. Okay, I'm not going to show you any of the decorating or anything. You can do that yourself. This time I ran out of little glassine, so this time I'm just going to use coin envelopes, and these are just Time for Craft. I get them at my dollar store. There's 20 in a bag for $1. These are the 2.5 by 4.2 inch size. These actually make a really nice size for your purse. Okay, so what I do is I use 5, either glassines, coin envelopes, etc. Okay, and I use score tape because it really works well when you're doing this kind of thing. And the one thing that you have to remember when you're taping these is that you need to come in from the edges, because if you go too close to the edge, your mini will not open out. It will just not open out. It's not a good thing. And I've learned by trial and error and big mistake not to do that. Okay, so I come in, I don't know, probably, a little over maybe a half an inch. Okay, and I do it right from the opening to almost the bottom, because I'm going to be cutting that bottom off to straighten these out. Okay, and then do it on the other side as well. So it's actually very simple. I mean, if I had to measure it, I guess I could. Let's see. Yeah, I'm in about a half an inch from each side. Okay, now get rid of all your score tape. Okay, now when I line mine up, I don't use the bottom or the top of the envelope to line up. I use the side. Okay, and the reason being is that the top and the bottom are not straight on these. I don't care if they're glassines, if they're coin envelopes, it doesn't matter. They're just not straight. So I line up my edges, not the top and the bottom. Okay, I just found that it works so much easier. Simple as that. Okay, so let's just quickly put these together. I have taped prior all of these. Nobody needs to watch me tape. No, I don't do a perfect job. It's handmade. Sometimes my glasses don't work too well. Okay, these are actually really quick to put together. I had a lot of fun making them. I made 4 in a day and a half, and that was kind of just playing around with them. Okay. And there we go. And see what I mean? These are not even. I don't know if you can see it. I'm hoping you can. These are not even. So we're going to fix that. And none of these are even. And we don't need these flaps. So I'm just going to use my cutter here. Okay. Now the side I was taping on is my straight side. That is what I have decided is my straight side. So that is the side I am going to line everything up with. Okay. So I'm going to line that up on one of the lines. You might see my head in here, and I am sorry. That was just my desk. I pushed my keyboard thing in. Okay. about there, huh? Okay. And yeah, it's going to be a pain to get through all of these, but that's what you cut twice for. Okay, I'm going to use my scissors on that one. That's fine. Like I said, this isn't perfection. And I've kind of gotten score tape on my cutter here, blade, and I haven't cleaned it off lately. So, and I guess I better because it's not cutting very well. And now, okay, it was at that line was at the top, and now I'm moving it to the bottom because I want to trim these off. Because you're going to have cardstock under here, your tags aren't going to fall through. So you can trim those off. So on this now, okay, now I can line up 2 rows. I can line up here and I can line up on this line. Okay, and that'll give me my nice square packet. And yeah, I'm cutting off probably, I don't know, about 1/8, about 1/4 of an inch, I guess. I'm gonna say about 1/4 of an inch. Maybe a little less. I don't think we need that, but I want to line up with my lines here. So, well, let's do it just a little bit better. There. Okay, a little less, 1/8 of an inch. And yeah, here we go again. I love my little guillotine cutter. It's pretty cute. Okay, so now I've got a nice little square packet to deal with. Just let me get rid of the garbage here. And now, okay, now I am going to, I've got score tape on this side here. Okay, and now I'm going to put score tape on this side here in about the same amount. And this time I'm going top to bottom with it. Okay, and I always start at the top so that I don't end up with an overhang piece that'll glue the envelopes shut. If that makes any sense to anybody. Okay, so that's ready to go now. Okay, I've got my 5 envelopes. I have my score tape on the front and on the back. It's ready. And now I have to do the math on how I'm going to make my cover, because the cover is one piece. Okay, and to do that, I kind of figured it out by measurement. Okay, I'm going to go 4 inches. Now my thing is only 3 7/8, or yeah, 3 7/8 inches long, but I would like to go 4 inches because I do like a little bit of a lip on it. Okay, so I'm going to go 4 inches for that. I'm going to go 1/8 of an inch for the bottom. I'm going to go 4.5 inches for the back, because with the back I want my tags to be able to stick out. Okay, then I'm going to go 1/4 of an inch on the top so that when I put my tags in, my little pouches can fan out. And then I'd like to have a 2-inch overhang so that I have a nice place to put a magnet or a button or whatever. Okay, so here's what I do. I go with my, I already figured out the width. You need to figure out the width, and my width is 2 5, almost 2 5/8. Okay, so I want it a little bit wider, so I'm going to go 2 3/4 inches in width. All right, and I know it's a metal ruler and I am sorry. So I've gone 2 3/4 inches here. I'm going to zoom in. Hopefully it isn't too fuzzy and you can see this. Maybe out again. Might not work. Okay, and then I've allowed 4 inches for my front, 1/8 of an inch for the bottom, 4.5 inches for the back, 1/4 of an inch for the top, and a 2-inch overhang. And that gives me 10 7/8 inches in length. And now I need to cut my paper and score it. And by the magic of camera, of course, I've already cut my paper to the, I'm just going to zoom out, sorry, to the 2 3/4 inch width. So now I'm just going to score it. Okay, and I'm going to score it on the right side. Okay, because I want it to fold into the wrong side. So I'm going to score it at 4 inches and 4 1/8 inch. I'm going to score it at 8 5/8 inches because that is 4.5 from that line to that. And then I'm going to score it at 8 7/8 inch. Right? 8 5/8, yeah, and 8 7/8. And that is my 1/4 inch at the top. Okay? Simple, simple as that. Okay? And now I'm just going to fold on my score lines. Okay? So I need my first one at 4 inches. Make sure I'm lined up. And I do use my bone folder to crease, okay? I like sharper like edges and folds. You don't have to, but I do. Preference. Everybody has their own preference. Okay? And then my fold it here at my 1/4 inch marks. And again at the top. Okay, so now hopefully it's not too blurry, and I know the color is wrong, but I need to make a new one, and I'm going to use this one. So I've got my 1/8 inch at the bottom here, see? And then I've got my 1/4 inch allowance here at the top. And as you can see, there's the front and there's my flap, right? I guess I'm holding it to face me. I'm sorry, I've got the camera set up different this time and it's confusing me. Okay, so to put it in, I always put, you know where the coin envelope has its little sealed part? I mean, you don't have to take that off, so I just put it to the bottom and to the back. Okay, so we're going to attach the front first. So we're going to take off our score tape. Okay, and we're going to go like this, and we're going to line it up here in our little 1/8 inch groove. Okay, because we want to line up in the bottom. That little groove is there for it. Okay, and at the same time, the fun part, we're going to center this on our paper. Okay, so I kind of flip my paper forward like that, so I get my first line, and then I can center this where I want it, right there. And see what I mean by there's a little bit of a lip here, and I like that. And so for the back, it's very easy. Just take your score tape off and carefully fold your book closed. That's it. Voila. You now have a place for 5 tags. Now it's time to embellish. I usually round corners, embellish any way you want. Use a magnet here and here to keep it closed, like I've done. Or, like I have a magnet in there. Or, what's really pretty is a button and a button, and do it like a policy envelope. Or, I've seen it where an eyelet has been placed in here, and you just feed through a ribbon and tie it. So, have fun. And like I said, if you know who did the original video, please link it to this. Thank you. Have a great day.